Hi, and happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for spending some of your time with me. I really appreciate it. Today, I want to talk to you about living in the present moment. It is so imperative to our happiness that we learn how to be more present in what's happening right now. Nothing more and nothing less. Let's unpack that for a moment. What I mean by that is, in the present moment, when we learn how to live in the moment that's happening right now, we don't allow ourselves to create scenarios out of a situation that occurred or something that someone said, and we go to this place where then we become anxious or worried about something that didn't even happen. It's not even real. We created it in our head. That's the something more. And then nothing less means recognizing the situation for what it is. Don't minimize it. If you feel a certain way and there's an emotion that you need to process it. Don't deny it, because what we resist will persist. So you want to make sure that when you're practicing living in the present moment, that you're doing that. And I always say to myself, am I being present? Nothing more, nothing less. And it's a really easy 4-word, nothing more, nothing less way for me to keep myself in check. If I take something that someone said and I didn't ask them to clarify, and then I find myself going to that place, that's what your phone is for. Give them a call, text message. This is kind of bothering me a little bit, or I've been thinking about this. What did you mean when you said blah? It could be something completely different than how you perceived it, because again, we perceive through our own lenses and through our own perspective. It could be something completely different, and then it would nullify all that worry. If you don't hear back from them, or if it ends up being what you thought, okay, it still doesn't mean that it's going to be the end of everything and that tomorrow's going to be horrible and anxiety and, right? We have to accept responsibility that when we step outside of this present moment, which is all that we really have, when we step outside of that, we take on the extra. When we create more, when we add more to the present moment, it brings anxiety, it brings worry, it brings unrealistic expectations. When we make it less, we're living in denial. That makes it more difficult, and it also creates unrealistic expectations. So right now, in this moment, when an event occurs, when someone says something, as much as possible, ask clarifying questions. And then ask yourself, am I living in the present moment? Nothing more, nothing less. And it allows us to fully appreciate the moment as well, right? We're designed to experience all emotions. We're not designed to pretend like they're not real. The other day I was washing dishes and I had this moment of sadness, and this whole backstory came into my mind, and I recognized it. Now, I've been practicing this for a long time. This takes practice. Let me be real with you about that. So for me, I always say my daughter's name, because for me, it's a word that's soothing and it calms me down. So this thing pops up. I say her name. I bring myself right back to center. And I say, okay, am I making this more than what it is? Am I making it less than what it is? I was not making it more, but I was definitely trying to minimize this moment of sadness and pretend like, oh no, I'm not sad. That's fine. No, I am sad. And I get to be sad. So I'm going to just ride this wave for a few minutes. I'm just going to I see you, sadness. I recognize this is a human emotion. I recognize that even God and Jesus in the Bible, there are over 5,000 emotions that are expressed in the Bible, and some of them, both negative and positive, are attributed to both Jesus and God. So if they even went through the process of experiencing them, and we're made in their likeness, then I also get to go through the process of experiencing that emotion. So I just rode that wave of sadness. If you read my June newsletter, you'll understand more about what this is. And I rode that wave of sadness, and then once I rode that wave, okay, now that moment is done. And I'm moving into the next present moment. And that moment is no longer sad. It brings me back to a place of happiness, because that thing that occurred that made me sad is not happening right now. So if I want to keep bringing that into my present and living in that place, I have to take responsibility for that. I'm bringing it here. It's not here. It's not real in this moment. And this moment is the only moment that really exists. In this moment, we get to live in love and in gratitude and in happiness and in joy and in peace, right? And that doesn't mean that you're never going to feel sad. It doesn't mean that you're not going to experience negative emotions, because that's part of the human experience. You're going to experience all of that. And then you're going to move into the next moment, and you're going to allow that moment to dissipate. allow it to just kind of do what it did and ride through and keep it moving. We are designed to live life to the full. It doesn't say we're designed to live life to the full only when or if or when you do or with these following conditions. No. And the fullness is happiness and joy and love and peace and gratitude. And that's how we're designed to live, is in that place. So my suggestion for you is to have a key word that when you find yourself either going to that place of extra, that's something more, bring yourself back to center. Or when you find yourself denying an emotion or something that you're experiencing, use that word to bring yourself back to center. Allow yourself to be present in the moment. When we do that, we're more likely to become who we're supposed to become, to do what we're called to do, to make the impact we're supposed to make, and so on and so forth. So I want to give you two quick scriptures that I'm thinking of. There's one that says, "Therefore do not be anxious or worry, for tomorrow will have anxiety of its own." Like, just leave that be. Don't worry about that. Know that you are a child of the Most High God and He has you. All things turn out for good for them who believe. And when we experience something and we think in the moment that we're going through it, I may never come out of this. And then you do, because you're here. And then I do, because I'm here. And I go, oh, I'm resilient, I'm capable, I'm able. You are resilient, capable, and able. Absolutely. So when we live in the present moment, we're more able to accept what's happening right now, nothing more, nothing less, process what we can, and surrender the rest to God, because He is doing a new thing, right? He said, now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and I will make a river in the desert, which is really awesome. So, also, do your affirmations. Do your affirmations every single day, and it helps also keep you centered and aligned with all things that God tells you that you are. And you're not designed to live in anxiety. Everyone experiences anxiety, but you're not designed to live there. You're not designed to live in those negative places. We're designed to live in the likeness of God, in peace and joy and love and gratitude. So that's my little nugget for you today, is to be here now. Live in this moment now. We could talk about this forever, but I want to keep it short. So if you like this, please give it the thumbs up. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share. And again, that one tip is just get yourself a keyword to bring yourself back to the moment. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and you'll get a weekly Wisdom Wednesday video every week. Yeah, sure. And get over to my website. You can sign up for my free newsletter. You'll get one a month, and it gives you some tips and tools to help you live the super sparkly life, because that's really the life that God designed for all of us. You are blessed and a blessing, and I am now going to hypnotize you to subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to my channel, 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 subscribe to channel, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel.
I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and a super sparkly weekend. Peace. Love you.